to contribute in this work.
I can go next. Hi everyone, I'm Kay Makaisa. I'm based in the Philippines. FYI, there's a signal number 2 storm here. So if in case I kept disconnected, maybe it's because our power lines are cut. So it's a huge storm. But yeah, I'm from SGB, which is the local EY firm here in the Philippines. A CPA ever since, been in the company for 15 years now. Also a partner, and one of the areas that we help our clients with is in the performance improvement space. Hence the resiliency framework that we are intending to show to the rest of the participants later. Great to meet everyone.
All right, I'll go next. Hi, I'm Lorraine. I am from the Place Business Coordinator. We are very happy to have all of you on board today, since I think all of us are going through a lot of uncertainty this day. And we're really happy that Epic Productions was able to bring this together for all of you.
Who wants to go next?
Did I know, Sean?
You have to introduce yourself, Clara.
Did you do this?
I missed that introduction.
Okay, I'm
Thanks to
Clarence.
do it again.
Clarence from Productions. Very happy to be part of this.
Nice to meet you, Clara.
Nice to meet
You
you.
are too formal, Clara.
But I have pajama after this.
Okay. Only this up, huh?
I'll share you the screen. I'll share you the behind the scenes after this.
Yes, please. I'm hoping they're gonna put short only.
Like some pajama.
Alright. So my name is Marwan Ali. I'm from Tahrir Business Services. I really appreciate your time, the effort that you are putting over here. I think it's one part of our social responsibility to share the knowledge and to share the experience that we do have to the community. For us, maybe we went through a lot of things. Maybe we do have a lot of accumulation experience that we do have from our career, from our businesses. So I think it's our responsibility to share to the community, to see the community and to guide them in how to overcome such crisis and with a very minimal damage, with a very minimal collateral that we are going to suffer. So I really appreciate that, and hopefully inshallah we are going to have an informative webinar meeting, and I hope inshallah the facilities are going to benefit from it as well. And it's a good membership platform to know each other, to collaborate and to work with each other. So I appreciate your time, and it's my pleasure also to speak to you.
Okay, hello everyone. It's been my pleasure and thank you for the opportunity to have been part of the first webinar. It took me a while to say yes because I was really asking, am I the right person to be invited in this platform? But then thinking of the social responsibility and the fact that I was given the invitation, so I took this as an opportunity to be able to impart some insights with regards to the community. And good afternoon, everyone. And once again, thanks for the opportunity. My name is Dennis, by the way, Dennis Alejandria, Filipino expat here residing in Ajman. I am with my family. We've been in the UAE for over a decade, and I'm working in an oil and gas company as an HR and contracts administrator, and at the same time actively involved in the community of the Filipino community in Ajman.
Alright, thank you so much, Dean Dennis. So we'll pause for a few minutes. We are just checking all the participants if everyone is logging in properly. We will go live shortly in around 10 minutes. So unless you have questions right now, I think we are ready to go.
And we are.
Yeah.
Alright, so please give us 10 minutes and then we will we will start the program.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. I can take a cup of coffee to get through of the nervousness or perhaps of the excitement that I'm having right now.
Oh, oh yeah, so sorry, I forgot to mention also. So our brief flow would be welcome note from the founders of TACLIS, Marwan and Lorraine, and then introduction of Dean Dennis, and then the speech of Dean Dennis, and then we'll have Lorraine introducing Kay, and then we will have some awarding of certificates, appreciation, and then we'll have photo op at the last part.
Wow.
Yeah?
I'm excited for the last part.
Me too. I wonder how we're going to do that.
There's some sort of screenshot. We'll send via courier the tokens.
I've seen a PowerPoint.
Yeah, there's a PowerPoint, just a guide for us while you guys are talking. We will show the PowerPoint. We will show some videos also. We have researched some videos, so we will show. And there's also the statement of Sheikh Muhammad saying we have to protect the people's health as well as protect the economy at the same time.
Yeah.
But in this very few minutes, the bulk of the discussions will go to our resource speakers. Alright guys, so please give us a few minutes while we are checking the technical stuff.
Mr. Dennis, are you hearing us?
Hello, once again, thank you for the opportunity to have been invited for the first webinar of TACLIS Business Services. We have to remember that resilience is present in all the people, and we are grateful. I'm speaking because I'm here in the UAE. We have been residing in Ajman for over a decade, and we are grateful enough because we have the government in the UAE who always think for the safety, for the benefit of its people. The people which is the main unit of the community and the country on its entirety. And thank you for giving me the opportunity. And for that, I will be speaking more of my experiences being an active leader in the community. And I will be sharing with you what are the characteristics in order for us to go through all the challenges that comes our way. We have to remember that the only permanent in this world is change. And for us to overcome and understand all of these situations and circumstances. But we have to remember that in any circumstance, in any experience that we are experiencing, whether it is personal, whether the experiences of our family, the experiences or what are happening in our community or in the entire country or in the entire world. What is really important is that we are getting the learnings from all of these experiences. And for that, I will be sharing with you the characteristics and the stages of the resilient community. Okay? One of the important characteristic of the resilient community is having the open mind for us to understand what is the cause of the problem. Because and the best way for us to understand is through listening. if we are going to make ourselves available, we have all the available resources, we have all the available technologies nowadays, we have all the social media platforms, and the resilient member of the community carry out all the strategies needed. And the second characteristic is for us to have the know-how on how to handle and for us to control our emotions, because resilient individuals in the community are able to manage their thoughts. Okay? We have to think that all the emotion comes from here. Whatever we think, we also feel. Then if we want to feel beautiful, if we want to feel something positive, then we have to think beautiful things. We have to think positive things. And of course, we can't deny the fact of the negative factors that are available in the environment, and through which we have to be realistic. When we say we have to be realistic, we have to understand what is the real scenario that is really happening, and through which we can't deny the certain aspects of reality that are inevitable and present. Okay? And being realistic, but always hoping for the best. We have to remember that in every crisis, in every adversities, we can change that into an opportunity. What is really important is for us to have trust within ourselves. If we put trust within ourselves, that is another characteristic of becoming a resilient individual. Because if we have confidence, we are able to gain confidence and know our worth and competence, which is really important. We also have to be empathetic. We have to listen and understand the emotion of others. People with greater capacity to address the problems in the right way read the emotion of others, understand what is really happening around them, and act accordingly. Okay? Realistic community are able to motivate themselves. Not all people are equal, yes, that's true, but some challenges motivate us and others are opportunities for change. We have to know how to seek new ways of satisfaction from life, from all these experiences. And another thing is that we shouldn't be always asking why. Because if we are always asking why, the tendency is to blame others. What is really important is for us to ask how. On how are we going to contribute, or what we can be part of the change that is really needed. Okay? And the difference between those with more resilient and those who are less, okay, is by really understanding these aspects on how the person is and how they put it into action. Okay, we have to understand another perspective, and understanding the problems will begin to appear less like a drama. Okay, what is really important, or the key, is our mindset, our will to change. And for me as a leader, I will be sharing with you some stages for us to focus on how to constantly have a resilient community. The stage 1 is engage and connect. With the availability of our technology, with the presence of the social media platform, we can utilize all these facilities. We have the Facebook, we have the Twitter, and all the other forms of social media. All we have to do is to get the proper information from the right and credible platform or source of information. Because if all the members of the society is made aware of the new approaches, of the cause, then together, if we involve together all the members of the community and seek their involvement, okay, and we are keeping the community pages in social media, we have the group chats for us to easily disseminate information through which we are understanding what is really happening. The second stage is understand the risk and resilience. In this stage, we need the analytic approach, which is really necessary to identify the indicators on which sections are really affected, directly affected. One of which is, of course, the economy, the livelihood. Is it the water and sanitation? Is it the shelter? The health, which is so vital of any disaster or occurrence. We have to identify what are the main threats, and analyzing the collective information enables us determine, okay, what should be done next. The third stage would be to develop the plan of action and put this plan of action into practice, and importantly monitor the process at all time. And lastly, we have to learn from these experiences and evaluate the implementation of the plan of action so that we can consider all of these for the future plan of action as a reference. In other words, the stages will include to engage and connect, to understand, develop the plan of action, and learn from all of these experiences.
Thank you, Mr. Dennis, really, for this informative speech and key points that how the person can actually overcome this crisis and pandemic. And I like this fact that we need to take ourselves from the denial zone and stop asking the question of why and what if. And we go to the acceptance zone. We are going to ask ourselves how we can mitigate this problem and to put the action plan on how we are going to have a positive reaction towards things and to move forward. So if we are going to fall, at least we are going to fall forward, not backward. And really, this is the thing that we like from your speech. But realistically speaking, Mr. Dennis, how long it will take from a person to cope with this problem and to go from the stage of denial into the acceptance and to move forward? Usually, how long it takes?
Very good point, Mr. Marwan, and thank you for the appreciation of my short speech. Like what I mentioned earlier, the first introduction of my speech says that resilience is present in all the people. Everyone is resilient. We have all the ability. Each and every individual, I can cite an example. We all are like a sponge, right? The sponge. We have the ability to absorb, and at the same time we have the ability to remove, and through which we are a sponge from our childhood, adulthood, and becoming mature from all those experiences. Okay, experiences in our school, in the community, experiences when we travel, all these learnings, we are like sponge. We are taking all the learnings, we are taking all the positive things. It's all up to us. Are we really absorbing or keep on exhausting all those positive things? It will be really on the individuality. But I believe on the goodness of the heart of each and every people, each and every member of the community. With all this happening in the entire world, this is not an isolated case. The pandemic is not an isolated case, which only happens in one region of the universe. It happens to all of the world. So with all this learning, for me, what is really good is that irregardless of the material things, what is really important is for us to get really the connection. We have to make use of our time, okay, our time to share with our families and loved ones. And with all these experiences, let me share with you these. There are only two important things in this world. Of course, aside from our God. Number one for me is time. Time is priceless. Then we have to seize in each and every moment that we have. We have to live at its very best because tomorrow is never promised. Time is so priceless. Then it's all up to us. Where are we going to spend our time? Are we thinking only of ourselves? Perhaps not. I believe not. And we are perfectly created by God Almighty with two hands. One to help ourselves, including our family, and the other to help others. That for me is the real meaning of living in this world. The second most important for me that I really realized, I further realized with all this happening in this world is to value family and community. And what really is important is the impact you are leaving behind during your lifetime, irregardless of how many years you stayed in this world, whether you stayed 10, 20, irregardless of the figure. What is really important is that what you have done during your lifetime. So going back to the question whether on how or how many time for one person to understand, I believe everyone nowadays, including our children's, including these generations, are now realizing the importance of life, and now they are realizing. I hope with my speech, with my participation, I am able to impart, to really realize, okay, and live the importance of time and devote this time to, to those whom we love and treasure the most.
Mr. Dennis, that was really wonderful. I just have one question because I too have gone through that. I think I'm speaking from a personal point of view. Suddenly you have everything, and then just with a snap of your fingers, everything is gone. The world has stopped, and you just have to start believing in yourself again. It took me some time to be able to say, okay, yalla, let's go and let's do it again. Let's see where we're going to pick it up from. What do you advise people in terms of trusting in themselves? What do you think are the ways that we can realistically tell the people, start with small steps? What are those things to make us believe in ourselves again?
You know what, Lorraine, I have mentioned during our introduction. The other day, I was in a meeting with the ambassador to the Philippine ambassador to the UAE, and I strongly believe I wanted to quote heard this statement coming from the Philippine ambassador to the UAE, and I would like to speak as per my understanding. Okay, being a Filipino, the Filipino expats, we we have a high trust and confidence, and we are so resilient. This is my statement in Filipino language. Tayong mga OFW, ang taas ng tiwala natin sa mga sarili natin. I believe walang magugutom na OFW because we live that principle of bayanihan. Walang magugutom na Pilipino. Tayong lahat ay magtutulungan. Kilala tayo sa buong mundo, pagiging masipag, totoong may mataas na integridad at talagang tunay na nananalaytay sa dugo natin, no? Ang bayanihan. I hope I answered your question, Ms. Lorraine.
You know that is really exactly how I'm feeling as well. Matamaan man tayo ng bagyo, kidlat, whatever it is, at all times, they even say we're the happiest people on earth. Because kahit may bagyo na dyan, kumakaway pa rin tayo sa camera because we are that resilient. We embrace challenges. We embrace a lot of difficulties in our lives. And we make it our own, even if it's not our own during those times. But now we too are facing that as our own. And I really firmly believe, and I'm one with you in saying, kaya natin to.
Right.
We have to start saying, kaya natin to. And only by saying that, we end up believing and maybe tomorrow take a step or two and move forward. Or maybe
Yes.
now, you never know.
Right.
Thank you so much, Mr. Dennis. That was really, really insightful. Much appreciated.
My
Marwan?
pleasure.
Thank you, Dean Dennis. Dean Dennis is really an epitome of community service, and especially in the Ashpan community. So we'll share his video.
Hello everyone, my name is Dennis and Andrea. I'm proud Bicolano from Concepcion Grande, City. I am working here in the UAE for over 10 years. Ngayon, kasama ko na po ang aking family. I have my wife Pearlie, my son Dan Benedict, and my daughter Natasha Nicole. I am presently working in an oil and gas company as a contracts administrator. Also, I am serving my community as the Dean of the Filipino Institute Ajman. I am also the founding president of Field Club Ajman, and I am proud to be an expert. We have to do our very best kasi hindi natin alam what's tomorrow. Hindi natin alam kung anong meron ng bukas, kung ano pa ang plano sa atin ng Amerika. So, para sa akin, purpose ng buhay, kaya tayo binigyan ng dalawang kamay. Isa para magtulong sa sarili at ang isa para magtulong sa kapwa.
Thank you, Mr. Dennis, for this informative speech. I learned personally 2 points out of it. You are not going through this problem by yourself. There are a lot of people sharing the same problem. So if we stick together and if we work together hand by hand, we can overcome this problem in a very fast way. This is the first thing that I learned from you. And the second thing, actually, that everyone has the capability. But sometimes we feel that we forget that we do have that ability. So if we remind ourselves that we are able to overcome this problem, and we do have the power, and we do have what it takes to overcome this problem, we can do it. Time is not an element that we are going to say, no, maybe I need 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. You can do it now, or if you choose to do it after 10 years, it's up to you. Thank you very much, Mr. Dennis. And to Lorraine, the floor is yours now.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Dennis. Thank you, Marwan. Now we have discussed about people. We talked about how as humans, as an individual, and together with the community, we can overcome this thing. Now let's move on to discuss how would businesses thrive. One of the biggest industries that was hit by this pandemic is not for the health industry. That also includes the business, the economy in general. That is why
That we are going to have over